The Spanish translation is in the information box of this video. Hi, my name is Ximena Brigido Hernandez, and this video I will talk about various topics related to administration techniques that can be found in the book La paradoja, un relato sobre la verdadera esencia del liderazgo. At the beginning of the semester, we learned several definitions, including what a technique and administration and what the art of leading is. Among the basic functions and administration techniques, we have communication and control techniques, which the book indirectly mentions in La paradoja, the last chapter, when it's talk about determinism, saying that very event exists because there is a cause, but in the end the responsibility lies with us and the decision we make. Of the book, this emphasis is on leadership, where we meet Simeón, who is the monk that gives leadership classes during the retreat. 12 advice and conversations with others. He shows you why he's a leader and how he was able to get several companies, like the airline, back to on track in just 3 years. 12 an activity they did on the first day of the retreat. They were asked to list characteristics of a leader who had made an impact on their lives. That we were found common traits of a leader, like an active listening, to ability to influence, admiration, generosity, forgiveness, honesty, and command, as well as being approachable and humble amongst others. It talks about the importance of communication and how good John felt when he met Simeón, because when they talked, Simeón really paid attention and did say a single word until John finished speaking. That's when John felt appreciated and that these words were truly heard. Whereas we hasn't able to the same with other signs, he didn't give the importance of interrupting them, showing his lack of empathy and poor communications skills. Authority is mentioned to us, and a clear example is the sergeant. He has an autocratic leadership style. We were focused not on the interests of the others, but only on the results. And he makes this evident to use many ways throughout the book. He seems to be most stubborn and doesn't seem to understand that it's necessary to meet our dreams, but over time he changed his mind. I related this to dream generating applied to the personal sphere as well to the power of evolution, because by changing one's mindset, improvements in the oneself gradually occur. By implementing the change, a leader gains to authority and influence, so that colleagues follow over him, not just because of this power. We are told about them spread in the chapter 5 with the example of gardening, where it's mentioned that the garden only provides the right environment of the flowers and that can bloom, and the same happens with humans. The nurse said since the doctor only provides the necessary medicines and aid to sick body can heal us one. This also happens in companies, because when you provide the right environment for employees, we feel valued, which leads to increase their productivity and better work. This also mentioned at the end of the book, when an experiment is described in which the listening intensity for work was increased and decreased, and immediately their productivity increased. Here we can see how benchmarking is done among everyone, where different situations are compared and best practice are adopted improving both personal and in the various professions of each individual. After everything that happened during Read Week, John realized that he is someone who needs to improve in many areas of his work and personal life. He told Simeón that he's going to put in practice what he learned in the classes, including things like active communication, with better listening, and empathy, humility, love, and communication. He also recognized the mistakes he makes at work and understood why his colleagues want to form a union. I didn't feel comfortable in the company or with this management. The same issues were happening in his personal life with his family and his relationship with his wife and breaking down. And he was very distant from his kids. This retreat sparked to a kind of mental reset for him which he plans to apply both personally and professionally. Thanks for listening. Bye.